Welcome back to 843 TV. We're here now with Mr. Mike Covert. He is the owner of Covert Aire. So if there's anybody left in Bluffton or Hilton Head that doesn't know you or doesn't know what you do, tell everybody quickly a little bit about your business.
Well, as you said, it's good to see you, all of you. I own Covert Aire, one of the 3 different companies that I own here locally. And Covert Aire has been in existence for about 8-9 years now. And as the name says, we're a heating and air conditioning company. Started off local to Bluffton and Hilton Head, and in that short time span, we now service 2 states, from Charleston down to Jacksonville, or just north of Jacksonville, over to Columbia. Still, our center of focus for commercial and residential, institutional, and industrial air conditioning refrigeration is right here in Bluffton, Hilton Head, Beaufort County.
If you get out anywhere in Hilton Head or Bluffton, you see your trucks.
You have to be living under a rock to not see your trucks.
That's right.
So now, Mike, game 1 of the 2015 Covert Aire High School Football Bowl Series on WHHI-TV was last Friday.
Yep.
Can you tell us a little bit about this series and your involvement?
Well, you know, this series, we're in the 4th year as presenting sponsor. And it's really a lot of fun to be able to give back to the community by sponsoring high school football, and we also do basketball, as a matter of fact. Yeah. But this series, we're able to go with WHHI, and you guys are fantastic. We go to just about every school in the area, SCISA schools like this wonderful facility here, as well as the public schools, and put on a program and show the folks that maybe couldn't come on Friday night, or their grandparents, or folks out of town. We get hits from all over the world. People looking at these shows, and it's a lot of fun bringing high school football in high definition here locally.
In their entirety.
In their entirety.
Yeah. And there's some real talent here in the low country.
It's unbelievable. I mean, you've got kids, from Hilton Head to Beaufort and everywhere in between that are just extremely talented in what they do.
Yeah, you got Division I prospects up and down.
Oh yeah, they're all over the place.
There's some big old boys running around.
Yeah, there are some big boys.
And Mike, you touched on the fun of this series and that you've been doing it for about 4 years. Take us back a little bit. Why did you want to get involved in being the sponsor of this series?
One of the core values of my business is giving back to the community. Every year we're fortunate enough, since we started this business, to be able to give back about 15% of our gross revenue. We give that back in some fashion, whether it be to churches, to community needs assessment, charities. There's just a whole broad spectrum. We even have a position in our company that does nothing but work with charities, schools, just to keep that machine has gotten so big. This is just one avenue. And it's a fun avenue, and if you can't have fun with what you're doing, then there's a problem.
Well, I think you might be a little fan of football.
I'm a big fan.
That helps.
Mike, what do you do personally at each of the games?
Wow. I tell you, if you haven't seen one of the games on TV, you really need to do that. And I don't want to give away a lot of stuff. Come see it in person, and then watch it on TV. What I do is offer kind of a sideline color commentary. I have, in a previous life, I was involved in broadcasting with NASCAR. The microphone doesn't scare me, people don't scare me, and cameras don't scare me, but we get into the crowd, we get on the sidelines with the fans, with the coaches, with the players. We'll cut up with the players. Probably the most fun I had was 2 years ago, and this is no kidding. At Beaufort High School, the game was in kind of a doldrum. We went on the sideline, and on the football fields, they have drains for water runoff. I interviewed the drain. Now, I know that sounds really odd, but that made highlight reels. It was fantastic. That kind of stuff, being able to get people to say, hey, I saw the game on TV. That was a lot of fun. Oh, and by the way, my air conditioner is not working right. Can you come take care of it? We support the community. We're giving back to the community, and it's helping our business. So
it's a win-win.
Have a good time. Interviewing the drain. Where can you do that?
Yeah, Mike actually joins our commentary team that includes Bob Stevens, who was a former anchor on SportsCenter on ESPN, and Chuck Zapek, who was a member of the '72 Dolphins and played for Joe Paterno at Penn State. So it's a professional team, and like Mike said, you can catch all of these games. We record them on Friday night. We premiere them on Saturday morning before the college games. Play them again Sunday morning before the NFL games. Have a Tuesday night primetime airing, and then every night. At midnight on WHHI-TV. And it's their games in their entirety in HD. So if you haven't checked them out, please do.
And we have a full schedule. There's 10 games, I believe. 2 times during the season, quote unquote, they'll replay the top game from the first half and then the second half on NCAA like FBS Championship Day. They'll also play one, and I believe on the Super Bowl. Before the Super Bowl, they'll play one.
I think that's an amazing opportunity for these kids who have worked so hard and are so talented. That's a big deal for them to be showcased their entire game in its entirety for the entire world to see. And like you said earlier, there's people from all over the world watching these YouTube clips.
Absolutely. I've had, it's been a lot of pleasure being able to interview some of these high school students, names that are now in college football, people like Poona Ford and Shamik Blackshear. I mean, there's a whole bunch, but those two just happen to come to mind. Niles Pinckney. These young men who have, grown up here locally, enjoyed the splendor of the Low Country, are about to embark on a completely different aspect of life.
A whole new world.
And this is part of it. TV cameras and this kind of stuff is part of it.
They need to practice too.
They need to practice. Yeah.
All right, well, Mike, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And please come back for one more segment of 843 TV.